All right, keeping with the theme of finishing projects that we started, I think I now have acquired everything I need to put this back together. So we're going to get started on that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This here is another advertising clock. And as we recall in previous installments, we had a little bit of issue with our clockworks not doing clockwork things, you know, being very much sad and not wanting to play ball. But we got that in the ultrasonic cleaner and got that tuned up. And our other big problem was our motor did not want to play ball. And I never ran it through the ultrasonic cleaner, but it just will not run. It's locked up. And so you ask yourself what to do. Well, turns out there is an easy solution. Throw it away. And what I mean by that is, if you, I got to think about this, turn it this way. This is actually the motor, and this is another like gear reduction something or other that is made for, to make things go. And we took that apart and had it going. I took all those gears out and had it where it was chugging along just fine. So the part we need to replace is this. It doesn't go. It's not locked up, I guess, is what I'm saying, but nothing happens when you turn it on. So after a bunch of looking, this is an M004 motor, which basically means that it's 4 RPM. And that has to do with very much important stuff, because through this gearing here magically makes it tell the right time, between this and that other thing. So I found this. This is an M004 motor off of like an ice maker. And it turns out that that's the trick, is that they used this motor on many things over the years. So I should be able to take, forget that, and take this motor and put it on my Clockworks thing here, and then tighten her together. And now, if I wire these up to the wires, I should have this turning. And we're going to do that. I thought I had, unfortunately, I realized I did not bring my wire pliers inside, but I think I can fool my way through this project. I'm usually pretty good about using inappropriate tools for the job. So we're gonna need to probably trim that back a little. That one might work. This one might not. I'd really like to have it a little bit more, but beggars can be losers, I think is how the saying goes. And I am both. So we're gonna just inappropriately do this, Safety, see? We're on a flammable work surface. I wasn't even going to put the wire nuts on, but as I was saying that, I changed my mind and decided that a slight element of safety might be better than nothing. Now, I never tried this motor before today, so we're going to discover together whether this is even going to do anything. I hear buzzing, but I hear nothing happening. Oh, man. Okay, that's turning great. But our other piece is not turning great. So my question is, why it no turn good? I thought that we had this fixed. Well, that's a sure bummer, because I thought we were ready to go together. And now, after it sat for a while, we're back in the same predicament we were in way back when. So I guess we're not gonna do it like I thought we were. Oh, what fun. There. We'll get it. Don't worry. I bet this was also before the ultrasonic cleaner days, wasn't it? So I never got to ultrasonic clean them. That turns just as easy as pie. I should have probably also paid attention to... Oh no, that'll work. Wait a minute. Okay, give me a second here. You have to be smarter than... Yeah. Which I am not. Okay. There, she's running. Okay, let's put this back together now. Now I think we got her licked. This should start just flying away. What is the deal? I'm having a hard time understanding why I'm not getting any do my teeth not mesh? Is that my problem? Because I'm pretty sure that it's the same. This is supposed to be... Boy, they're identical. So something I'm doing is wrong. Maybe I need to go... Maybe it only fits in one slot. Like... If I put that there... That feels like it's locked in there. Gonna go now? Oh, what the heck? Sure enough, unfortunately, lack of patience, I guess, has screwed the pooch. The motor runs fine. This does not. And I just broke this shaft off, thus tabling this project probably for eternity. I mean, look how nice those turn. It very obviously, my trouble is in this, which now is garbage. Well, that is a real bummer, I gotta tell you. So what I think I'm gonna do is just admit defeat for now. I took pictures of all this stuff so I can probably track down pieces over life's way if it really bothers me. But I'm afraid this one's going to be a failure, and we're just going to turn it into a nightlight. So, we got a good motor. We got a broken gear. We're going to just leave that alone. Going to unbolt that. And we're going to proceed on and put this together, because I'm tired of it sitting apart. And then we will... yeah, see, that would have went in there, right like that. And then our two little screws would have been in there, which I must have lost one of them, because I sure don't see it anymore. Oh, goodness. The stuff I get into, you know. I thought I had her licked, and she didn't like to be licked. So, this is a dud now. Partially. Not totally, but it's still a sad affair. We were so close. I thought we might have had gladness. Well, that is magnetized, I guess, and that ain't helping me. It's getting very close to the point where a hammer is used, and I rocket this thing all over the place because I've just about had it. Ooh, I got an idea. How about we use the brand new screw starter from the viewer? So we put that in there. Somehow, it might be too big for that. There we go. And then we put it under so much tension, see? And then we just stick it in there. And when we get it started, we pull that back and get it out of there. And then we find that we don't have a screwdriver the right size for some reason, even though we did when we took it apart. But yeah, I'm super bummed about that. I was thinking that I had it all figured out, and as usual, foiled again. Now, I think it was like this in here. And I also think, if I remember right, that for some reason there was one of them had a plastic on top. And then the other two were on the bottom. Is that the way it was? At this point, who cares? It's going to affect the spacing of our hands on our clock, but I don't know anymore. Very sad. Thought we had her made. Let's not have her made, you know? Let's just... Oh, jeez. Okay. The thing is it gets to be nice weather outside. We're not going to be messing with this clock. So I want it put together, and we can revisit it if I can find the clock works that we need. But anyway, that leaves us this far. Now, I want to clean up that back first before we put in the light bulb. But basically what I do is I don't take anything out. I leave all that in here, so if somebody would ever want to put it back the way it was, all they'd have to do is get them a new bulb and hook up the two wires and go. But I replace it with this LED, and it just wires direct to your wiring and then lights up, and happiness, you know, that happens. So I'm going to clean this back and then we'll come back, even though that wasn't a very good choice of words because I used the same word twice to mean two different things. So in the last video we wondered about that sticker, sheet metal manufacturers union or some such thing. That's what it looks like. So that makes sense because this is sheet metal. So the clock company probably had the sheet metal guys make the back for the clocks that they were making. But anyway, we failed on the clock motor for today. So we're not going to hook up any of the clock motor's wires. We're just going to leave that. And this is a good thing to do too if you have a clock that buzzes or makes noise, like the motor is really loud or it's not consistent and doesn't keep time, and you don't want to, you know, burn the house down running this thing. You just want to use it and enjoy it lit up. This is something that you could do too. You just need the two wires from the cord, and that's what we're going to wire to our new light. It comes with a new plug, which you will more than likely use because I don't think it's the same as the other one. Will not fit is what I'm saying. Put the way it's made. And it should snap in the original things, just like the other bulb did. It's kind of, I don't know if I'm sold on this clearance, but we'll make it work. Now we're just going to wire these together. Also, don't follow my advice for wiring. You figure this out and do it yourself. This is just my version of it, because when you kill yourself, it's not my fault that you're stupid, you know? You listen to a moron, so don't do that. This may not be able to use these black wire nuts for this. I need the... I should also note that they make different types of these bulbs, so you need to make sure you know which kind you've got, so you know how to wire it up. I buy the ones that are fine on their own and they don't use the ballast, but they actually do make some that you still need the original ballast to make it go, and I don't know about all that, so please do your own research and do not listen to me, because I know nothing. Not smart. Alright, well, I'm going to put these other wire nuts on this for the future. So when future me decides I just have to see the thing run, I got all the stuff I need handy. I'm super bummed about this, but whatever. Alright, that's tucked out of the way. We've got the underwriter's knot, so it should not pull out. So we can pretty well just be happy with, you know, how it is. Sometimes I normally would put a little tape on there too, but I don't have any handy, so this should be fine. I mean, people have been doing that for years. Now we're going to put this back on, and then we will mess with the hands. Or, even better, but less slightly stupid idea, perhaps we should test the bulb and make sure it lights up, which it does. Super bright. You can get different wattages of those. I always get the lowest one, because otherwise it's so brilliant you can't even see what your clock says. Probably would be nice of me to actually show you what I'm doing, but sure. I'm just tightening some screws here. I actually have now, which I can get. I actually went to the Hobo Freight and bought some cheap tools, so that I had a selection of stuff for these kinds of projects inside. So I'm hoping that now a guy can do something here. I'm gonna have to be careful too that I don't crack that plastic. That would be the icing on the cake after all that's happened so far. Oh, this had that stand. I forgot about that. So you could actually stand it up. Alright, hands time. So this one just pushes on, friction fit style. After what's happened, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's what we're gonna strive for here. Well, maybe not. I guess we're not going to. It's gonna be 4:45 somewhere, because the motor is, because of that being locked, it's not gonna let, there it goes. I was gonna say, it should let me push it, because on this one, that's how they figured you would set it. Although, do I want it that way? Because then you can't read the face. I don't know. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter, dum-dum. I have multiple debates with myself every day because I just don't listen to myself. I'm going to gently with this 2 obnoxiously big pliers do that. This is new. We can get that started on there. Oop. The hands are interfering. So this clock would not. There. Alright. Do we want to put it in a nicer... Let's put that like that. Is that eye appealing? Let's light it up and see. Ooh. Okay. I'm happy with that. I mean, sure it doesn't tell time, but at least it lights up and is pleasant to look at. So we did accomplish something. That's much better than the original bulb did light, but you could not, it wasn't like this. I mean, it was way too, what's the word I'm looking for? Not quiet. Dim is the word, kind of like my brain. But I like the glow that this gives off. I think it is pleasing to the eye. So, yeah, I'll keep my eyes peeled for the pieces I need to make it actually tell time now. We got a good motor, so we gained that. We got the, you know, all that stuff is loose. It just didn't want to go today for some reason, and that gear broke off. That was all she wrote. But anyway, good light without the buzzing of the fluorescent ballast and all that, and that super high voltage start capacitor thing that arcs out when you plug it in. And I like the LEDs. They just make them so much better and safer. They don't get as hot. And on a clock made of this material like this, plasticky, it's even more important that you don't get a bulb that's too hot. You see a lot of times clocks come for sale where they're looking droopy in places, and that's because somebody used like a 60-watt bulb in a plastic clock and it got too hot and melted it. The old regular screw-in style bulbs were too much for something like this. So I always use LEDs in every one I got, and then you have something when you're done, you see. I mean, so yeah, that's where we're at. But unfortunately, this is like a half fail. I mean, its main, I guess it would be more than half, because this thing's main function is to tell time, and it doesn't do that now. It tells me it's 5 o'clock twice a day. But maybe it'll just keep me cheered up, because every time I look at it, it's 5 o'clock. So, yeah. We lose again, but we did get a neat night light out of it, I guess. So, and we still have all the same pieces. It didn't really work before, and it still doesn't work, but I found a motor, and I figured that would be the hardest piece to find. So I got all that written down, and we'll figure out what kind of clockwork thing we need later on, and hopefully we can make this happen some other time in the future. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or, if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.